What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
You are looking for a movie and you just want to have a lot of fun in the movie theater, action movie, maybe some gore, maybe some violence, maybe some intense moments, maybe some scary moments, little mix of action, horror, suspense, little dash of supernatural, maybe. Then go see Overlord. The title is horrible. The marketing kind of spoils the aspect of the movie that kind of, because it feels very much like a war movie up until kind of towards the last third, where you kind of dig just a little bit deeper under the surface and realize what the Nazis are doing. So to be clear, this is a war movie pre-World War II. No, World War II, pre-D-Day. You're following a character who is, a soldier. He's a paratrooper, and he's in the plane, and it's just action-packed nonstop, right from the jump. So very much kind of similar to like almost like a Medal of Honor, but a movie version of Medal of Honor where you're going in Panzerfaust and like show us your papers. Like if for anybody that played Medal of Honor, the OG PlayStation. I know there's probably newer stuff now. There's like fucking Gears of War and all kinds of like newer stuff. But back in the day, it's almost as if they made a movie version of that, where it's very much like war, but there's a little bit more. Although there wasn't really the supernatural thing in Medal of Honor, so forgive me for that one. But yeah, it's like a war movie up until this point, but it's basically what the energy of this movie should have been, what The Predator should have been. Filmed by Shane Black, should have been tight like this. Like this is the what should have been, how it should have been handled. Because from start to finish, this movie is amazing. The pacing's great. I'm in it. I was excited. It was a ride. I enjoyed every minute of it. And it was a good story towards the end ended. It went well. I cared about the people. There were arcs for like all of these characters. It went to places that most movies don't go to, which, is available in like genre movies, B-movie kind of territory, where you can bend stuff a little bit more. You can be a little bit more obscure. And this movie did that. This movie did that as opposed to what The Predator didn't, which was just a shitty movie. Just not good. Just so many aspects of that movie were bad, where this movie, it showed you that it could be done, where you can have almost that 80s feel, although it didn't necessarily have the 80s feel, but it is kind of that overall, like, I'm going to the movie to watch this action thing and not really think much. And this one, you don't have to think much, but if you do, guess what? It's solid. It's solid. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed where it went when it did go there. I enjoyed that they didn't explain everything. That wasn't just a movie of stupid exposition. Like you're just there. You're just there, and you don't know what the rules are necessarily, but you're kind of just you're understanding this world as you live in it. And I enjoyed the world, man. It's one of those movies that I will 100% throw on just to throw on, and I'll watch parts. It's going to be one of those classics that, especially like if this came out back in my 20s, this would be like one of those go-to DVDs that just throw on. Always have the fucking DVD menu screen playing in a loop in the background because, I haven't hit replay again on the movie to rewatch it again. It was just a lot of fun, and it's good. It definitely has that feel of a video game, has the feel of the war, but also goes a little bit deeper with the supernatural stuff. I enjoyed it. And going into this movie, I kind of had low expectations because I thought J.J. Abrams directed it. And while I'm watching, I'm like, I don't care if he directed it. This is like so much different than everything he's done. And he's just a solid director. Like he's already like it wasn't directed by J.J. Abrams. I was wrong. But this movie still had that feel of like a solid director like J.J. I may not be a fan of his aesthetic, but he's a solid storyteller. If you're going to see a J.J. Abrams movie, you're not going to go in going like, what it's not like he's never been accused or mistaken of doing a DC movie, right? Like those are clearly not a good filmmaker made those movies because like storytelling is really bad. JJ solid, good action scenes usually, but and like loves the mystery, and this one had so much of the mystery because especially when it goes into the supernatural that it did feel like very much like a JJ Abrams directing piece, but it wasn't. It was somebody else. It was Julius Avery, which I enjoyed. Looking forward to whatever he or she does next. I'm assuming it's a he. It's just so much fun. It's just one of those kind of movies, you know, kind of like if it were a monster movie, Kong Skull Island would be similar, where it's just so much fun to go in there and watch and be with these characters and just like, and they're kind of over the top characters like there were in The Predator, but handled in a way where I give a fuck, you know, like this story has like, there's tension. Like this director knows tension. This director knows pacing. This director knows overall storytelling. He's so good that he like, you feel the end and you feel satisfied knowing that you're at the end and you don't feel like you missed anything. You don't feel like it was overly complex. Like I needed to do homework before going into this. You know, I should have taken notes. But it's also not just stupid. It's not like for people that literally don't understand story anyway and just kind of like seeing things move on a screen or whatever. You know, the people that like Transformer movies or, you know, there's just so many bad movies. Usually the ones that gross the highest amount are just almost very, very often the most brain dead of films. But this one's a lot of fun, and I don't think it's doing great in theaters, so go out there and support it. But I'm definitely looking forward to see whatever this guy does. And it was a lower budget movie. It's just everything was so good. Even the CGI that could have been really bad, I enjoyed. Nothing took me out. I just enjoyed it from top to finish. It's so surprised. So surprised. So many good moments, too. So many good action moments. So it just really enjoyed this movie. Some tense moments, like there's scenes in this that are almost like Tarantino's Inglourious Bastards. Like the scene where they're hiding under the floorboards and there's the Jew killer comes in and there's that super just drawn out, stressful scene. There's a scene like that in this movie, right? But you're clearly not in a Tarantino film, and that one is handled in like, you know, elite artistry in like that's in a movie. Aside from the end of that movie, it's a movie very grounded in the real shit that Tarantino likes to live in. Where this one's clearly in like a stylized version of reality, but nothing too stylized or corny or out there that it takes you out of it. But that's it. Overlord. Go watch it. For sure. Or rent it, stream it. I'm going to watch it a bunch of times. I enjoyed the hell out of it. But as a thank you to everybody that watches this show, and it's the holidays and Thanksgiving's coming up, if you go to inspireddisorder.com, where I sell all of my artwork and shirts and things like that, including this design, not necessarily on a tank top, but it is a shirt that is available, the Diseasy shirt, Conspiracy Disorder shirt. As a thank you, use coupon code THANKS18. That's the number 18, and you will save 50% on everything I have for sale through the end of the year over at inspireddisorder.com. So that's this holiday season sale. Happy holidays, everybody. New episode of this show every day. Subscribe everywhere podcasts are found. Binge the show, patreon.com/inspireddisorder. Inspireddisorder.com for all of my work. At Ray Taylor for me. Have a great day, everybody. Peace out.